Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, CNBC News, and NBC Sports, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Tiki Live, Rumble, Audible, Amazon Music, JioSawn, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip on this show, no scandal, and no K words, no Kanye talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So there's topics and guests to that end and special series. And today you see the lovely, beautiful inside and out Elan Carter. She is broadcasting remotely and she's on time. And I'm happy about that. Please welcome back to my studio the daughter of the founder of The Temptations, Otis Williams, past model, playmate, dancer, Soul Train, and the manager for my favorite musician right now is Trace Austin, her son, who did not fall far from his grandfather's musical tree. Please welcome back to the studio, Elan Carter.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Oh, I am like not. I think I need a little more sleep.
I need sleep and I need coffee. And I'm remote, and so I need to go downstairs in order to get my coffee. Oh, I'm so jealous. You know how I get my coffee.
Oh, well, I'm just so happy that you're here and you look beautiful. Where are you?
I am in Beverly Hills at a hotel.
Nice. Well, let's just get started and pretend you have a coffee, and we're going to have breakfast with Dr. Marissa, and that is taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. We all know we've been doing this for about a year. Want to start your day in the most positive way, 8 specific things that we're grateful for, and then 8 things that we like about ourselves. So, Elan, you want to start?
Yes, I am grateful that I had a beautiful day yesterday, had a beautiful dinner, staying in a nice room, had a celebration, and I am grateful.
And Elan is like myself. We celebrate birthdays for the entire month. And because why not, right? So happy birthday, dear Elan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Again, hopefully I get to see you today. I still have your present in my car. But I am grateful.
Yes, you know what? I will be home later today. But go ahead.
No problem. Can you turn off any other windows because you are breaking up? Not as bad as at home before, but yeah, it is good. I am grateful that I can multitask as I try to put this link on my bio in Instagram. Those of you who are driving, please do not try to comment or put your gratitudes in the chat. You wait till you are steady, Freddie. I know a lot of you tune in on my AM FM channel on KCAA 106.5, 1050 AM. But I'm happy. I see eyeballs rolling in. please do put your gratitudes in the chat and we can share them with the world and we can start our Friday in the most positive way. I am grateful that I have lost a significant amount of weight that I can wear. I wore this just for you. This is I think it might even be called a vintage now, but I just want to show it off to you because she's my fashionista girlfriend. It's a Marc Jacobs.
Oh, I like it.
And so I knew you would like it. It's got a funny hood in the back.
Wow.
So anyways, I'm grateful that I can fit into clothes that I have not fit into for a while. So it feels like a new wardrobe.
I need your secret.
What are you grateful for?
I need your secret. And I'm going to be really.
You don't need a secret. You're fine. You're fine.
Your secret so I can fit into some of the stuff I used to fit into.
What are you grateful for?
I am so sleepy this morning. I can't think of my gratefulness. I'm grateful to have a beautiful sunny day, even though it's extremely hot. I'm grateful that the weather has been absolutely beautiful in California.
I am grateful for getting back on my toning routine.
Oh, that's good. I am grateful that we're going to have some spectacular guests. I joined a real estate team, and we're going to have them on here, and they're going to tell us about what to buy, what not to buy, and so grateful that we get to have two lovely guests on today.
I'm grateful that we have running water and clean water where we live. That's something that not everybody has around the world. Probably we live in the top 8 to 15% of quality of life. And I want to really appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. I'm grateful that I don't want to be sound pretentious, but we got a new restaurant to go to. I had the most amazing food last night. I'm grateful. Oh, it was so good. I'm
grateful that I'm really good friends with foodies like Elan. We went to a new restaurant that I've never been to in Beverly Hills. I'm not going to say the name until they become sponsors.
Oh, this is one of my favorite restaurants. I go
I'm just kidding.
every year for my birthday. I try to go there at least for my birthday. It's an amazing restaurant. I mean, it's a huge restaurant. You can say it if you want to. They're a really big restaurant, but they don't have.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, although my father was turning over in his grave at the size of the portions.
Oh yeah, see, but
it's Beverly Hills. What do you expect, right?
In London when I lived in London, and there's one in New York. But yes, my favorite foods. It's like Asian fusion, which is her favorite food.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It's really fancy. So of course she's like, the portions are small, but it's the Chinese restaurant, but it's not your traditional. So you're not going to get what you normally get in that type of restaurant.
Yeah, that's the thing that's in my blood.
Yeah, no, but you don't go there for that. You go there because the dishes are so unique, and when you sit inside, you get to see them make the noodles from scratch, which is really a show, which is beautiful. Next I will sit inside, so you see them. They do this really spectacular show, and they make the noodles right in front of you. They put the flour, they do it all together, they strain it. It's the coolest thing. But we got small dishes. There are some dishes that are spectacular, that are big. We just happen to get some smaller things.
Last gratitude, I am grateful that I do not have to tell my body to digest my food or to breathe or to clean out all the impurities in my body. That is an example for me that we live in a friendly, energetic universe. We are really works of art as human beings, that there is something bigger out there that is not orchestrating, but powering us energetically. And for that, I am grateful.
That's the last one. I think.
Oh, is
no,
it? Oh, okay.
I think I did my 4.
We're going to go to the bottom of the bun, and
See,
that is
I don't have my coffee yet. You can tell. I'm trying to get a coffee run.
the bottom of the bun is what we appreciate about ourselves. And some people, especially I would say Japanese and Chinese, we have this saying, the nail that stands up is hammered down. So we're not taught or encouraged to speak well of ourselves, to toot our own horn. I've been a constant disappointment to my family for a long time because of that, because I have a bit of a mouth and I do like to be in front of camera, and that is sort of counter. And the problem is that if you don't like yourself, you might be walking around with little antenna looking for someone to approve of you or to say, you're wonderful or thank you or all of that. And as a result, your moods are up and down depending on if you get a compliment or a criticism. And I want you to be really stable in the self-love that you have. I believe that's the foundation of good mental health. That's my BS, my belief system. So in order to help you with that, I want you to think about 8 specific things that you like about yourself and do that before you go to bed, which is a whole lot better than thinking about all the things that go wrong or who done you wrong. Then, of course, you're going to have trouble sleeping. So what I like about myself is that I love to express myself creatively through my dress and my fashion. So I appreciate that I'm a fashionista. Elan, what do you appreciate?
I appreciate that I am myself. I like myself enough to be who I am and be very authentic. And I don't care what people think because I'm at the age where I don't really care if they like me or not. I like myself, so that's all that matters. So I appreciate that I like myself enough that I don't need validation.
That's one of the reasons why Alana and I are friends. We definitely got cut out of the same cloth for that one. Could you speak just a little louder? And maybe that'll take the cut off too. Oh, that'd be great.
Is that what it is? I will take this sound up. I'm not on the other computer like I normally am.
Yeah.
This one is the one that's kind of like a little shady computer. I don't know. And it's a new one, but it's a shady one. It's a bit shady.
We're good. Yeah. Slim shady. Yes. There's still a little cut, the cut in and out, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it because I know you are remote.
Yeah. And I'm talking pretty loud, and there's no sound in this room. It's pretty irritating.
Copy that.
I'm grateful that I'm actually able, not grateful, but I appreciate that I have the technology today that I can move around when I need to do remote shows and work. I mean, it's wonderful that we appreciate the technology we have.
Absolutely. I appreciate that I'm a work in progress. I am definitely not perfect, and I'm no longer trying to be perfect. If I'm 88% fabulous, the rest, I goof. I'm not the best version of myself 12% of the time, and I'm okay with that. So there's 2 appreciations in that one. So you go for 2.
Okay. I appreciate that I'm a better person when I have coffee because I haven't had it yet. And I'm a happy person when I eat. When I like my food, I dance. I had the happy dance last night. Those are my 2 appreciations: coffee and food. Usually
Perfect.
Sushi.
Last one.
Sushi's
I appreciate. Last one. I appreciate that it's easy to laugh, and it's my favorite sound on the planet. So I just love to laugh, even if it's just at myself.
And dance. You like to dance.
The dancing queen.
I click on your videos and you're dancing. I'm like, there she goes.
I'm impersonating the dancing queen. Last one. What do you appreciate about yourself, Elan Carter?
I did my 4. I'm done.
Oh. That's it, folks, for having breakfast with Dr. Marissa and
Elan Carter.
She is my co-host. This is Friday, and it's Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and
Elan again.
thank you for joining us. We're going to launch right in today to talking about Elan Carter is going to introduce that, but I want to show you and everyone some appreciation. I want you to take your right arm up right now. Raise it. Ready? Elan, put your right arm over. Pat yourself on the back for doing the exercise. I promise that if you do this for 28 consecutive days, your days will be sandwiched in the best possible way. All right, Elan, what's the topic for today?
Well, we're going to talk about real estate and whether it's a good time to buy, what are our options, especially for first-time buyers. There's a lot of scams out there for people that are buying, and especially with I'm learning because I'm actually in the process of getting my real estate license, but a lot of elderly people right now are getting scammed out of their life savings. People that are selling their homes and trying to buy new property. They've got a big thing on how they're diverting people's funds. So it's just a little things that I thought that people should be aware of right now, what their options are. So I'm learning too, and I thought that it would be a good lesson for us. So the owner of Harcourts in Beverly Hills, which is a very high-end real estate company, they're all over the country. Him and his daughter run the business. They are phenomenal. I mean, he has the most beautiful kids. They're so amazing and smart, and they're going to come on and share their success. So we're going to see them in a few minutes.
Fantastic. Yes. Fantastic. They're going to be coming in at the bottom of the hour. And we have, I didn't see this. We have someone participating in our breakfast this morning. It's Lee Stroud. And she was great yesterday helping me out when Sam had internet issues. And so she was my stand-in guest co-host yesterday, Lee. I'm glad to see that you're back. She says she appreciates her recipe for life. I love the way
that's a good one
said. Yeah. So welcome, Lee. Thank you for joining me and Elan again. And so real estate is definitely one of those. Is it still, or has it always been a good investment? I know for myself, it's this is the time right now when a lot of people are in fear, because those things that you traditionally may have grown up with as, you know, the safe way to grow your money, like putting it in the bank, and then you hear these horror stories of banks that are going out of business. Stock market, that also was an avenue that used to be very a safe way, or, you know, playing the market, mutual funds, all of that. And that has been a nightmare for a lot of people, including myself. You know, I just keep my BS, my belief system is until I cash it in, it's unrealized loss, which I'm not going to look at, but it certainly is a concern. Those of you, while we were waiting for them to come on, those of you who are free on August the 5th, I would love to invite you. Sam and I have been coached by John Shin. He was on our show earlier. I'm trying to get Elan to meet them as well. They have an estate in Calabasas, not too far from her. And he is the head of Accianta, which is part of World Financial Group. And I didn't know that if I bought life insurance, there's a component that actually gives me a high double-digit percentage for interest on my money that I can, you know, use later. So I didn't know that because I didn't grow up with any kind of financial training. And I think that's something that's an opportunity for all of us. It's a free lunch, free day of education. So just message me or go to drmarissa.life and I'll send you a link for that. So Sam and I will be there. We're bringing a bunch of people. I want you, Elan, to see some of his artwork. I know Maya, our past guest, she went and she was pretty impressed with his artwork at his house. Yeah, and he has, Rolls Royce, that emblem in front of the Rolls
Yeah, I
Royce.
remember you saying that.
He has the original sculpture that Rolls Royce used to
Wow.
make the emblem. So it's pretty cool. But
Wow.
yeah, money is something that we all could use a little education on. And real estate is one of those avenues of making your money grow. And, I'm all about happiness, right? Happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. And in this environment post pandemic, there's some fear out there, right? Do I use the money? Do I put it under my mattress again? So when Elan said I'd like to have the Harcourts on, not the Harcourts, sorry, how do you pronounce their last name?
Coutinho. So
Coutinho,
Glen and Coutinho.
Okay.
Coutinho. We will tell you exactly how to spell.
Yes, he will tell. He will tell. But
they're Portuguese.
Oh, really?
He's Australian. So he's only been here for a few years. They're from Australia, and he's actually says Portuguese.
That's so cool because I thought he was Italiano based on his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I asked him that. I thought so too. But I was trying to figure it out because I was like, oh, I lived in London, so I know it's not a British accent. It's just a slightly different. It's very hard because it's confusing. It almost sounds exactly the same. I have to listen to people. But anyway, he says, oh no, we're from Australia. We've only been here maybe only 3 years, I think. 4 years. They haven't been here very long.
I love accents.
Yes.
All accents. I think all accents.
Full spirit, yes. Very, very cool accent. And they're so lovely. They have really good energy. So they'll be perfect for the show. So
let's do a quick commercial for your client, your son.
Yes. He'll be any minute. Text me. If you see me looking down, guys, I'm cheating. And I have my Harcourt scarf on because if I don't have, this is our signature scarf. And so I had to wear it.
Fantastic. Lee has experience also in the industry, so we're gonna have a great five-a-log. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 people that will be actively talking about real estate. Well, tell me what Trace is doing, because I love.
But Trace is going to be performing at the Troubadour, which is a big deal. We have a date, but when you sign that dotted line, then that's when I'll tell the date.
Oh, okay.
Because he did change it. So he's doing that. He has a couple of things in the can right now. We're just keeping my fingers crossed. The whole fact that we're on strike has really been a bit difficult because there were some really good things coming up, but everything's kind of been put on hold a little bit because of the strike. But also, I think it's fair for the people to get what they want. I didn't know a lot about it. I know we covered it on a show, but I did find out some things about, the executives that are getting paid a lot of money, people that work for Netflix and some of the other cable shows, the writers just not getting hardly any money. And I didn't realize that, and even the residuals, they're not making money. So, and people just don't think that. They don't think a lot of times they're just bought out. And if we don't have them, we don't have a good show because we don't have good stories. So I think we should I think people should come to a compromise and give them something, give them what they want so we can get back to work and everyone can have jobs. Actors are not working. The restaurants are not working. When everyone's on strike, like Los Angeles, Beverly Hills is shut down. The industry shut down. So it's affecting restaurants. It's affecting coffee shops. So hopefully we'll get past it. They'll come to some type of agreement because people have homes and real estate, like we're getting ready to talk about. They have to take care of that stuff, and it's expensive. It's costly, and you're not like when you go work for a studio. It's not like a 9-to-5 job. You go from project to project, which can be months or a year in between. So you have to have something that you can consistently sustain. And when they explained it like that, I'm like, yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. If there's any silver lining, and I put my life jacket on every morning that has a silver lining. One of the silver linings of the strike is an appreciation of how many people behind the scenes are part of the success of the industry, because you associate Hollywood or all of that with just the actors and actresses or the talk show hosts or whoever, and not recognizing the plethora of people behind the scenes, like writers, who are so important. So the good news
Because we
is
don't hear,
we're
we don't talk about it.
recognizing. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't
I
talk about
love
it.
the one protest that I enjoyed the best when I saw the pictures of the writers was, I mean, it's not funny, but it said, please, we're just asking for one less yacht. You guys have one less yacht,
True.
which I
Yeah,
thought
they're-
was pretty funny. Was
Listen,
pretty
it's
funny.
true.
We've got a couple comments here.
It
Let's
should be
see,
coming on.
Lee. If we treat the pandemic much like coming out of a war, then we're already ahead of the game. Yes, a war, there are a lot of opportunities to create great wealth. Absolutely. And that's all where it starts. It's the BS, the belief systems that you carry in your head about whatever's happening to you. And I'm your big cheerleader to create unconditional happiness, which is happiness that does not rely upon the conditions, right? So if things are going well, you're happy. If shift happens, you're pissed. And shift is happening all day. But if you have the awareness that there's good anywhere and everywhere, guess what happened to me yesterday, Elan? I went down to do my laps at the pool, 6:30 in the morning, and I was doing my story that I do before I get in the pool, and dolphins right there in front of me. And I know you've been busy, so did you see my video on Doc Balance on Instagram?
Yes.
I know you've been busy, but and then when I got out of the pool, they were even closer. I was so excited. And I have this practice that I want you all to adopt. It's my Blissipline, #Blissipline, that when I see a dolphin surface, I make a wish. And wishes are like intentions. Wishes are the law of attraction at work. I am setting the intention for something more. I don't set intentions for, I want the book to, be translated into however many languages, because that's already done. That's already, I don't need to ask for that, but I want more joy, more love, more bliss, more wonder, more laughter. Those are the things that I set. So I invite you to go to Doc Balance on Instagram. Every time you see a dolphin surface and play, make a wish. And that for me is I was so happy.
Do we have our guests on yet?
No, they have not signed in at all.
Oh, okay, they haven't.
So I sent you the link yesterday.
Yeah, no,
Do they have that link?
No, they just wrote me.
Okay. So let's see. Lee. Life insurance is one of the safest and very best opportunities to invest in, as it is 100% insured. Absolutely. You are absolutely correct. And thank you for that. And I would like to invite you, Lee, if you are local, or even you don't have to be local, you feel like coming to Southern California and going to Calabasas, August 5th is the day. Just message me and I would love to meet you in person. And Sam and I were talking yesterday. Lee is actually married, or wait, I don't know if you're still married, but she was 20 years swinger. And we haven't had that topic. I don't think Sam wants to do that topic. Elan, that's a tempting conversation.
What did he say? I wasn't paying attention.
About swingers.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a lot of that going on and parties. I want to hear about it. And I hear there's a lot of parties in Los Angeles.
Yes, we kind of talk about everything. All right, here we go.
Hi.
Yay!
Hi.
How are you?
Brooke is coming. She's 2 seconds away, but I'll start.
All right. Well, let me do this. That way, when Brooke gets there, well, maybe not. Um,
Hi, how are you?
I'm happy,
Hello,
thank
good
you,
morning,
Glenn.
You look great in your scarf. Look at that in the blue. My new super champ.
Fantastic.
Look what I
So,
got. I'm so happy. Look what I got.
yeah. Can you turn yourself this way because I'm afraid that when Brooke gets here, the funny. Yes, I can tell we're gonna have a good time. There we go. So yes, that's gonna help because when Brooke comes on, she'll have room to get her head in there.
Yeah. Hey, Billy.
Right? That
Yep.
Cool. So Glenn, I don't have an answering machine. I have a questioning machine. And when
Okay.
you call me, it says, "Who are you and what do you want?" So, Glenn, who are you and what do you want?
I'm everything you need in life.
Oh, are you single? Are you single?
No.
Oh,
No,
well,
I've
then
actually
never
been married.
mind.
I have the
Promises,
claim to,
promises.
I have a claim to fame. I've been married 36 years. Wow. And I have not had an argument with my wife yet.
What's your secret?
I just
Lovely
do whatever
family.
she tells me. I don't argue. Just whatever. She's always right.
Smart. He's smart. He says she's always right.
Yes.
I asked my bonus dad. He's been married 73 years.
Wow.
He's 93. She's 90. I asked him, "What is the secret to your longevity in the marriage?" And he said, "Neither one of us have wanted a divorce at the same time."
So that's really good.
That's
I
a
like
good one.
that.
I like that.
And we do have Brooke, but her camera is not on. So I'll let you, there's settings on the bottom where the three dots are, where you can add your camera. I'm just going to look at you
Brookie,
right
can you hear
now.
us?
No, her mic is also off. So we'll let her pull that one together. But in the meantime, Glenn, answer my question, please.
Who am I? Was that the question? Yes. My name is Glen Coutinho. I'm the owner of Harcourts Beverly Hills with my partner Brooke, and we've been in business here for 4 years. I've been in real estate for 38 years, and so we sell houses. That's what we do. Auction houses. That's really our main goal. And then I have 5 children, and now 6th. My son's just had a baby and a wife. Decided to do that very fast, and we flew from Melbourne here to launch our youngest 2 boys' music career. So 16, 17-year-old wanted to be rock stars, not real estate agents. Somehow convinced us to pack up and leave our life of 50 years and just come here and start all over again at the age of 50, which is mad.
They're
Fantastic.
Super talented. And I met him through Trace.
Yes, we met on the street. We met on the street and connected immediately. Yes. And yes, now we're in business together. So that was a really big win.
Guess how Elan and I met?
On the street?
Nope, through Trace on the red carpet.
Wow, there you go. Yeah, I mean,
on the red carpet.
Wow, yeah, kids are the best networking group, and they're the best connectors, you know.
I love Trace very much.
And,
okay,
and
before you're, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the kids need to connect me with people because they're the ones that made me move and give up my happy life to come here.
Absolutely, we do love our children. So tell us, we've been sort of prepping this, why is real estate a good investment right now? Post-pandemic, I call it hashtag BC19, the time before COVID. It was a good investment, so to speak, except for that one time when people had upside down mortgages. Yeah. If you watch the movie The Big Short, I think it's the best explanation of what happened. Yep. Why is real estate a good investment right now?
Well, there's a couple of people. Hi, Brooke.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Brooke.
My dad was probably easier because it wasn't working on my end.
Can you get level with me? Your head's cut off.
There we go.
There we go.
Real estate. Okay, real estate is a great investment for a couple of things. One, you're in control. You can walk past your investment every day. You're not putting it in shares where you can't see, or it's controlled by companies in other parts of the world. You are in touch with it A lot of older people like real estate because they can look at their investment. And it does go up and down a little bit, but not much. Over the long term, real estate always goes up. You know, if you try and buy and sell in a year, it's hard. But if you're going to buy property and hold it for 5-7 years, you're always going to do well out of it. And I think that's one of the best things about it. And everybody needs a house. Every single person you know needs a house. Not everyone needs a car. Not everyone needs shares. Everybody needs a house. And that's why real estate's a great investment. Where'd she go? Did we lose her?
I don't know. She kicked us.
I'm just
there she is.
Where'd you go, Doc?
I'm playing peekaboo. No, I'm trying to fix the lighting here. But Elan, you take over with some questions. They're your guests.
Well, no, I just want I come to the classes every week, and he's kind of helping to groom me so I can get my license. So I'm actually learning. So the reason why I wanted to have Glen on, I wanted to give him and Brooke an opportunity to tell people about the market. I learned some of the things that we had on about 2 weeks ago. A guy came in and said a lot of people are getting scammed with their finances. Be really careful. There were some things that I wasn't aware of. When is a good time to buy? What to look out for? There isn't a lot of inventory right now in certain areas, especially in Los Angeles, but especially for first-time buyers. A young couple, it's smart for your young kids to buy a house. Just for you to give us the background, because I'm still learning. So I want everyone to kind of be well-versed on that.
So what are 3 things that people should keep in mind when they are buying real estate?
Well, look, the funny thing is our business is more about selling than buying. I know we spend most of our time helping people sell their houses than people buy houses. That's the strength of a real estate business, is getting listings and helping people who are going through, unfortunately, death, divorce, job placement. They leave town, and then our job is to protect their asset and get them the highest price for that asset. That's really our specialty. It's rare that we're in the car showing a buyer a house. That's an unusual part of our business. We're really, when you want to sell your house and you're retired, you call us, we put it up for auction, we try and get you the best possible price. That's really what we do. In looking for a house as a buyer, the 3 things you want to look for is how long has it been on the market? What is the access to schools and shops? And then the second thing or third thing is it a nice street? Is it a tree-lined street? And then obviously, what is the average value of everything in the street? So don't go and buy a house for $5 million when everything else in the street's $1 million, because then you're in big trouble. And the best house in the street is the worst investment. So anything, we buy a house for $2 million. I want to make sure everything around me is 2.5 to 3. We're good.
Yeah. What about
and check out your neighbours. Sit outside the house in the evening and make sure you haven't got, a crazy neighbour.
Yeah.
We all have crazy neighbors. I have crazy neighbors.
Yeah.
Are the interest rates affecting the market? What is
Not really, not where we are. So we're in Beverly Hills and in the Valley, and in these areas, interest rates were not that sensitive in this area. If you go further out, 30 minutes out of town, yes, it's a very sensitive conversation. But, the average sale price in Beverly Hills is $3 million up to 50. So I don't think those people are worried about interest rates.
Okay.
It does affect developers a little bit. It does affect their margins, but properties are still selling.
It's still selling.
Is there, I forgot to do a station ID. I just got reminded. If you've just tuned in and you're wondering who's in my studio today, well, it is Friday, so you know that it is the special series Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and
Elan Carter,
who is the daughter of the founder of the Temptations, Otis Williams, which is why the series is called Tempting Conversations. And her guests today are a father-daughter team. It is Glen and Brooke Coutinho. Say that for me.
Coutinho, but that sounds good.
Coutinho. Okay. And I understand you are Portuguese. So the only one thing I know is tudo bem. Tudo bem? Is that is that right?
For Portuguese, you mean?
Yeah, Elan said you were Portuguese.
Yeah. So our family's actually from Goa, so called Goa, which is in India. So we're Indian Portuguese colonized by the Portuguese. So you'll find a lot of Anglo-Indians there. So my grandmother was Anglo-Indian and my grandfather was from Goa. So that's where we get the Coutinho last name. A lot of people think we're related to the famous soccer player Philip Coutinho. So we get a bit of a mix, and obviously my mum's Australian, so we get the mix of Australian, Indian, Portuguese.
And then we really have an Australian accent, so it really doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's what I was trying to explain to her. I go, she thought Italian. I go, no, not Italian.
Yeah,
Listen,
I thought I could have sworn you were going to be Italiano. I was going to show off my dove sei stato tutta la mia vita.
Actually, it depends on the client, Marissa. If I'm selling a house for you, I'm any nationality you want me to be.
But just not single.
They have the most beautiful kids. I'm like, sometimes you'll have kids and maybe one of them won't be like,
Oh, Elan.
All the kids are gorgeous. I'm like, you got a kid. That's why you kept going, because he had such a beautiful family.
Oh, you're so funny. Yes, you're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa on KCAA. That's NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and the rest. Centralized on my YouTube channel. Please free subscribe there. You'll get this and all other 981 shows, but who's counting? The playlist, Red Carpet, you'll also see my interviews with Halle Berry, John Travolta, Quincy Jones, and The Temptations, and more. This is the station that leaves no listener behind, and today's guests are Glen and his daughter, Brooke Coutinho. And they are with Harcourts. They're talking to us about real estate, when to buy, when not to buy is my next question. Is there a perfect time to buy and or sell?
To be honest, there's not, because people say, I'll wait till the market moves, but really, generally you buy and sell in the same market. So when the market moves, properties go up, your house goes up, the one you buy goes up. When it goes down, yours goes down, theirs goes down. So there's no really perfect time to buy. We have a lot of clients that wait for the market to drop and they miss the market. It's impossible to predict. Here's the deal. If you're renting, you're paying somebody else's mortgage. So buy a house and get on with life. That's the most important thing. You don't want to be paying somebody else's mortgage off. You're paying $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You might as well own your own property. If you can get the loan, that's most importantly, get in, and then you can think about when you buy your second or third home. But your first home is critical. And some people pay enough rent to buy a house over a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So I'll give you a personal.
The branding. Let's talk about our scarves. All right, the brand.
Scarves. Yeah, so we've grown. Brooke and I are business partners. Well, actually, I technically work for her. She bosses me around. Look, I've got this note on my desk this morning. Make 100 calls today, no excuses. That's what I have to put up with. But our business, Brooke and I are business partners. We've worked together for 10 years. We have opened Beverly Hills. We now have 70 agents out of this office, which has grown from 0 to 70. So we're the fastest growing real estate agent in probably LA. Oh, this is my son, Billy. Say hello, Billy.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hi, Bill.
Is he single? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, it's all yours.
I have a one-track mind. Sorry.
It's a family affair. We've got 3 in real estate and the rest in music. But so we've grown this office to 70 people. We've got an office in, where is it, Brooke?
We've just opened an office in Encino, Irvine, and Central City. So we've expanded in about 3 locations in these last couple of months, which we're really excited to, expand, cover Orange County, cover over in the Valley side, and obviously Central City, Westwood is a really, neighboring city, but it's very much a vertical New York kind of vibe, very corporate. So we're really trying to tack all areas as best we can. And of course, our biggest strength is actually our auction system.
Yeah, that's right. So we're the only agent really in Beverly Hills and all through California that runs a non-distressed auction platform where we can sell a house in 4 weeks done. Rarely falls out of escrow. It's a powerful way, puts a lot of competition, gets the seller the best price.
And that, of course, comes from, where we're from in Australia. Harcourts is a New Zealand-based company, and in New Zealand and Australia, that's how we sell about 80% of our homes. So on average, our houses here for auction are about 45 days on the market. We've got about a 92% clearance rate at the moment. Yep. So it's really fantastic. As a company, we did about 1,100 auctions last year. So we're really excited to, offer that as a great recruitment tool, but also to our sellers, just to offer them something that's really clear and transparent, but also something that's worked internationally as well. So we do, of course, traditional real estate, but we love to offer auctions as a benefit. And you'll recognize our company by the blue scarves, the blue ties, blue socks. Everything's quite blue in our office, as Ellie.
There's a question there from somebody asking that, actually.
Yes, Lee Stroud is asking, are they all with the same real estate firm? I'm only asking because they're wearing the same uniform colors. So that marketing strategy is working.
Yes, we have blue cars, blue ties, blue socks. I have blue underwear. It's all blue.
And that's something that comes from our Mike and Irene Green from New Zealand, who are like our founders of Harcourts and introduced us to the company. They're amazing family-oriented business. It's very much values of people first, fun, laughter, encouragement and cooperation, and we really pride ourselves on our values here. We're really proud to have these colors. We had someone walk past in China the other day, and he recognized the blue tie, and he said to one of our agents, "Are you at Harcourts?" And he said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Oh, fantastic, I'd love to come and see your office." So, it's a great way of, recognizing who we are internationally, and it's supported around the world.
Fantastic. And Lee is also has experience in this field. She is putting her 8 cents worth in here. Number one, I had asked the question, what's the most important thing to do or know when you're buying or selling? Due diligence, check the market, which is what you had said earlier. Variables shifting all the time. So my personal experience is I lost my house in a very expensive divorce. And I know I'm not getting married again. I do everything once, marriage, divorce. But if you're still single in the background there, we can talk. But anyways, I'm just teasing you. I want you to turn red to add to your blue and blue.
The thing about divorce is unfortunately, it's a big part of our business. It's probably, 20% of our business is divorce. And it's really, when there's a divorce, there's 4 houses. There's you, there's the other guy that you're with, and the other couple that are breaking up to make the marriage. So we normally get 4 sales out of it, and then they go and buy something each. So it's a really big part of the business.
So you like divorce is what you're saying.
Divorce is also...
Uh-oh. We just lost them. Right on the good part. Oh, there we go.
A divorce for an agent is not about the best price. It's a full social working job. They're fighting over the light fittings, the dog, the kids. It's his fault. It's her fault. And we put up with all that. That's really our skill set, is to keep them friendly so that we can get the deal done.
Okay, there's a niche right there. So in my situation, so I lost the house. I have not felt like investing in real estate because people say, why don't you buy another house? I had a house in Seal Beach. That's the one that got let go. I live on the water right now, which I love. It is not a purchase. It is a rent. And my whole thing has been, it's okay to rent, because if I were to buy this unit, which you can't buy, but if I bought along this stretch, there's no way I would qualify for that much in a very small place. They're going for like 1.8, 2.5 million for a 1-bedroom on the water. So for me, it makes good sense. I live for the present moment, and I live in this gorgeous place that I get to see the ocean every time I wake up. So why would I want to invest in real estate? Let's see. There's I don't know if you can see the page.
There are other options. There are options of doing seller finance, where if you can't qualify to a traditional bank, you can actually do a deal with the seller and you buy the property off them, and you still pay them the monthly amount, but it's actually coming off the price. There's a couple of ways to do that. So, we've done a few of those deals where they get seller finance, and instead of paying $3,000 a month mortgage, they're actually paying the mortgage off. A couple of creative ways to do it if you can't raise the money. The only reason you buy it is that in a few years' time, it might have gone up $200,000, and sometimes the house is the best income earner in the family. A lot of people make $60,000 a year or $70,000 a year in the average wage, and their house makes $100,000 tax-free.
Mm-hmm. So it is still a good investment, even though you're not going to live there.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And what about buying in other, like you're Beverly Hills, but this is your field. So what about buying income property right now?
Yeah, income property is great. I think that you can get tied up with the interest rate. You've got to remember that you might get 3 or 4% and you want 6. But if you get 4% on something, you're doing okay. It's the capital growth that you get out of it. That you buy one for, you buy a fourplex for $1 million and 5 years later it's doubled. So it's all about the location and what can be done. So if you're going to buy in other states, other cities, you need to go and look at it. You need to be sure of your real estate. You need to drive up and down the street and make sure what the permits are. It's complicated, but if you get a good agent to represent you, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. What do you need to look for when you are going that route?
You need to make sure you're careful and avoiding areas that have rent control.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is cool, Elan. It's interesting for me to. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yes,
avoiding areas that have rent control is the first thing, because with an investment, that means you can't increase the rent. You can't put tenants in and out. So that's number one. Secondly, if I'm going to buy an investment property and it's got 4, 5, 6 tenants, I probably want to meet the tenants first, make sure there's no crazy tenants, make sure that I can work with them all. And then you should spoil the tenants. The nicer you are to them, the more chance you have of getting your rent on time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Great. Brooke and cute guy in the back. What's it like working with your dad?
Okay.
Painful. No, I mean, for me personally, I've worked with my dad for 10 years now. So I started when I was 17, right as I was finishing high school, and then went on to Monash University. And whilst I was completing my double degrees, I would work pretty much full time with my dad as well. So I've had a really great experience. Been 2 different countries. It's been very different in each, I would say. I'd say the first 4 years in Australia, I was obviously a college student, but we were, running a big operation there of 3 offices, and I was solely doing, PA work and managing clientele, client gifts management, which is what my dad is renowned for in Australia. Then when we transferred here to the United States, we pretty much came originally from music. My brothers, Mason and Jules, are Australian pop music artists, so we came for their career. And on the side, decided to open a real estate office until they start, selling out Madison Square Gardens. And it's been really interesting, from the get-go. We had to relearn the whole market, the whole contract system. We didn't know a single person when we moved here. So that has been really interesting, starting our operations from, scratch, meeting people, networking, and then, of course, becoming a partner in this business and helping grow not only this office, but the last, few months opening and expanding in 3 more. So that's sort of my experience of it. But he's a great operator. His real focus is people. So for him, it's a people business. It's never really about the house. It's all about who he meets and making a lasting impression on them. And he is a ball breaker. He's very, very hard.
I'm very set in my ways. Brooke's trying to change me. She goes, "Come on, Dad, it doesn't work that way."
Trying to get him with the times, but I'm lucky to have my Billy. Billy's a college marketing student, so I think combined with his skills, and he runs a social media company as well. So combined with that, we've got a great team and some great interns at the moment with a young mindset. So, you want to add anything, Billy?
Working with Dad is really direct. He wants what he wants. Like, he can't really change his mind. So once he says something, he's only going to say it once, and you really have to figure it out after that. But other than that, it's pretty good. He's a nice guy to work for, so everything works out pretty well.
Wait, is this camera out of proportion? Because my head looks bigger than anyone else. I must be sitting in the wrong place. Sure.
I wasn't going to say anything, but you said ball breaker. Somebody said ball breaker and bulldog, and something changed mine, and I'm just having this vision right here. So, Telly Savalas, move over.
Stavros, who loves you, baby?
That's right. Well, hey.
They don't know Telly Savalas.
They don't know who he is. Right.
Yeah.
He was the king of the Chopper Chop.
He was the king of the what?
Chopper Chop. The lolly he used to eat.
Yes, he sure was.
That's it.
He always
That's him. That's him. That's him. So because I asked that question, what's the thing that you like the most about your dad?
Billy, you go first.
I don't really like anything about it, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It's a good thing we didn't have them on the breakfast, right?
I think the best part about our dad is his family oriented.
Oh, shoot. I just got called. I'm not watching the chat. We have less than a minute. I'm so glad that you are here. Go to Harcourts. You can contact them. They're very active on social media. You see the names, just Google them. If you could do this with me right now, this is how I sign off every show. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out.
Thank you so much.
World
Wait, you
peace.
cut them off. You cut them
World
off just
peace
about to pay me
through
a
inner
compliment.
peace. I know, right? We're out of time, but
Okay.
thank you so much for joining us. Now go and have the best weekend ever.
Thank
See you Monday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.